Hello, y'all. It's uh Tuesday, December 29th, 2020 at um 11:17 a.m. Hold on. That Kia is parked here, like as if they live here. Sorry. So, well, yeah. 'Cause usually that Kia is usually not parked here overnight, and then throughout the day they're not parked here, but they wait till like 4:30 in the afternoon, between 4:30 and 4:45, shortly after it start to get dark, and then they come by and bright their lights into my room, and then go drive off after a short while. Sometimes they sit there like as if they stay here, but then they leave after a short time. So now I don't even know if they might be trespassing on private property. I didn't see a decal or a paper in their windshield. So, nobody's in the car and the car is turned off, and the Kia Sorento SUV. It's like, I don't know, it's not gold, but it's not silver, but it looks like it's somewhere in between. Like a brownish silver. But I mean a silver with a hint of brown. Can't tell. But anyway, I know y'all want me to shut up and disappear. But, it seemed like it's supposed to be made that the fake TI perps and the regular perps think they are narcissistic abusers who think I deserve to be punished from all forms of social media. And as I said, I try to get on Parler, give Parler a chance. I followed 40 people supposed to be in the TI community, and 21 of them huddled together and have me blocked. So the so-called, TI friend is begging me to get back on Twitter. I'm like, for what? And she'll try to be like, everybody loves you and misses you, and they like and comment, when I post about you, and they retweet. Well, nobody was doing that shit when I myself was on Twitter. Nobody misses me. So, um, it's like, I don't even know. It seems like I can't even, rely on. I know the Bible says not to put your faith and trust in man or whatever. So you can't even have anybody to, especially nowadays, you can't have anybody to truly call a friend And as quickly as they say that they're always here for you, it takes much quicker shortly after for them to decide to turn against you and betray you. You know, just like retarded, deformed Carnell, he's not a fake T.I. perp, but he's a regular perp, you know, who was, I didn't know that everybody who was a narcissistic control freak fake friend is actually a perp that's sent in your life to try to gain intel on you, and that their intent is to be your handler. Even if you're older than me, I'd be damned to have a retarded, deformed person be my handler. No way. You're too dumb and retarded to even know what's 2 times 2, or even 2 plus 2. So no way in hell you're gonna be my handler. You're not even intelligent, and I got a college degree. Ain't no imbecile gonna freaking be my handler. So, but yeah, they have people running around here. I mean, I know college and school is brainwashing and indoctrination and stuff like that, but and many people tell me I'm highly intelligent, but treat me like I'm really slow with no sense. So yeah, I'm just still shocked at that of all people. Well, some people would be like, well, they sent Carnell in your life because he knows you personally, and he knows you and your twin sister. You know, so it's like people, um, you know, they act like they think they have the authority to block me from social media. When you don't own Google, you're not the owner of Google. You're not the owner of Facebook, Twitter, or none of that. So yeah, I personally like Twitter better than Parler, but my I don't even know how to. I mean, I guess I need to look into how to delete my Parler account, because to me, I find it useless. And it's hardly many targeted people on there anyway. And to me, BitChute and Parler, to me, like even BitChute is dead. Uh, BitChute and Parler is a whole bunch of racist, popular, fake truthers who are actually new agers and stuff. Um, so sorry it took me 8.5 minutes to talk about. The topic is, you know, the all right, simple definition of a fake TI perp. Basically, the simple definition of a fake TI perp is somebody who talks and behaves like a mixture of both. You know, a fake TI perp would claim that they're targeted and then over exaggerate their targeting, so-called targeting, that's just nothing but fake skits. And then narcissistically glorify themselves as one of the realest TIs out there, or one of the you know, one of the realest TIs out there, or they'll glorify themselves as one of the most persecuted, pretty much. or ain't nobody went through anything. Nobody really went through much of anything like they went through. If they feel like they're the most abused and persecuted, but yet they're going around abusing and persecuting and gaslighting and deflecting. Um, but yeah, simple definition. Simple definition of a fake TI perp is a perp who pretends to be targeted and gets paid for it. And they will even stage their own fake illusion of poisonings, break-ins, vandalism, etc. And you know, and that's all staged and fake, just like actors as well. Well, I get this, you know, not trying to copy off of anybody or not trying to steal other people's ideas or anything like that, but I'm just saying that I got that inspiration of the title of this video because I feel very sad that if y'all in the TI community know him, he was on YouTube. I don't know if he's on other social media, but he was a very big guy. And he was in prison or jail, and then he finally got him a place, I guess. And he said his name was John Cornell, and his YouTube name was Future Knowledge, but his channel got taken down. And so he would do videos, but he was one of the so-called targeted individuals that would get mad or think you're spamming or don't trust you if you post a link. Even if you post a link to another YouTube video, he'll get distrustful, or think you're a spammer trying to put viruses on his phone or computer or whatever. But I'm never the type of person who will intentionally and willfully put viruses on anybody's computer. Or, if I post a link, it's usually a legit link. So he had he had a YouTube. I think he was on YouTube before I was, and longer than I was. But I don't remember if it was definitely long before COVID-19. And I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. He used to talk about some weird stuff sometimes, and he would lay in bed in the same position every day, and talk about whatever targeting topic. So he had a video called "Definition of a Perp Handler." And I know he had it up there for a long while. And then, right by the time I went to go and watch that video, right when I went to try to watch the video, his whole account just got totally deleted. He didn't block me. His whole account was gone. So I was disappointed and upset and felt like, I wish I could find him and or even if he couldn't, even if he didn't have that video, if he could just tell me personally, what's the definition of a perp handler. Maybe y'all can tell me what's the difference. I mean, maybe y'all can tell me what's the definition of a perp handler. I wanted to see that video so bad. Well, people like him and people like the lady Vanessa Dobbins, it seemed like they must have just quit YouTube totally. Um, Once their YouTube got deleted, and it's not like they're on. I don't think they're even on BitChute or anything like that. Because I only see a few targeted individual channels on BitChute, but not many. Excuse me. It's about less than 10 that I see. And they already have a large following. But excuse me. So yeah, I mean, I wish I could have got to see that video, but well, like I did my own video last year of you know, no, it was earlier this year about I said we need a fake TI perp detector. And so it seemed like they had some people who you gotta really question. I mean, I could see if you've been on YouTube for years and you'll have like a few thousand subscribers. But if you claim to be a targeted individual and you have over 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, I gotta question you, especially if you kind of new. So, like, well, fake TI perps do stuff like, you know, they over exaggerate and do just acting out over exaggerated fake scenarios about themselves being just the most heavily targeted person there is to be in the community, and even say so. But then, I'm no longer a part. Well, I never was. I guess I never even fit in, and was never allowed into the door of the so-called TI community anyway. So I had to accept that, because all y'all who claim to be 144,000 and RH negative bloodline and stuff like that, I heard that if you do real research, I heard that the RH negative bloodline is the same bloodline as your freaking elites. Satan's chosen. I don't want to be part of that. So y'all admitting that y'all part of Satan's 144,000, but you want to put it in reverse. So people like Ken Price, he's one of the biggest advocates for the RH negative and 144,000 cult of the fake TI perps. And I guess he probably doesn't care about a lot of people exposing him or putting him on blast. But you know what? The same people who think that they can expose him, but you're not allowed to expose them. That same person exposing Kim Price, if I expose a person that says that they're exposing Kim Price, I better not dare. So, let me read something somebody told me. somebody told me, ooh, so somebody told me, I have noticed that the people who try to turn their targeting experience into a competition, comparing theirs with yours, are usually full of shit, and everything that comes out of their mouths are lies. Yep. More than likely, more than likely, your experience and your trauma is real. Theirs ain't. So if they do try to turn it into a competition, don't believe them when they tell you about theirs. Normal people empathize with one another regardless of how much more or less severe their trauma is. Yep, and so I said, thank you for this. It's usually the narcissistic fake TI perps who act like they're the realest TI or that their trauma is the worst. Yep. So, even shortly before Madison uh, turned against me and started perping me, she said the same. She talked with another so-called targeted person about the same thing. I think it was her and Hack Your Own Mother on Twitter. Madison was saying that people, they act like they think that being targeted is a competition. Like, yep, now that it looks like that Kia SUV is pulling off now. I think no, or it's still there. I'm sorry. No, it's still there. But anyway, Madison tried to make like as if you know they Madison tried to make it like as if she said, I'm sorry y'all, I'm fighting out unwanted intrusive thoughts, forgive me, I know what my topic is about, so that's why I seem all stuttering and everything. So okay, so Madison said, well, sheesh, everybody, people who act like they think that's like as if everybody's targeting experiences have to be a competition. Like you can't be really targeted if you ain't going through if your targeting ain't as severe as theirs. But there's a fake TI perp who fake agreed with Madison after Madison started perping me. And he said, "Oh yeah, I mean, I don't remember exact words he said, but he falsely accused me of being fake and full of shit, and saying that I don't believe nothing that comes out of her mouth until I see drones flying low over her. Well, there's that drone when I'm homeless on the streets that is high, or whatever that thing is that's super high in the sky, and I know it's not two moons, but it's something that hover right over me, but super high in the sky, and over me the whole time I'm sleeping. Or the whole time I'm on the streets at night, and then by daytime the thing is gone. So, um, people, it's okay for them to gripe and complain and document every moment that they're being, and like every second that they're being electronically tortured on Twitter, or so they claim. But when it comes to me, I get what I deserve to be gang stalked for not shutting my mouth, but they can be free as they want to. Every opportunity, every second, they can complain, and nobody's there to tell them to shut up and say, well, maybe if you stop, you know, maybe if you stop talking about it, maybe they would stop burning your nose or something like that, or they was, they would stop radiating or burning your nose if you stop talking about it. No, but people come to their support, you know, and why is it that every other so-called targeted individual get a lot of people backing them, a lot of support, even if they are real, and if you see that they're being targeted, but their attitude is of that of a narcissistic abuser who is highly narcissistic. And some people say, well, everybody takes targeting differently, and that some people, well, if you feel like it worked for you to stop talking about your targeting and then it go down, well, why don't you go telling everybody? Don't single me out, So, but this person tried to say, I won't listen to a damn thing she said, and it was unfortunately, another black guy, who said that he won't listen to a thing I have to say, and he tried to say that, yeah, I saw a few of her videos, I can tell she's full of shit, but no, you a fake T.I. Perp, because where are your videos? So he tried to say that he can tell I'm full of shit, and then say that he won't believe anything I say until he sees drones flying low right by me. As I said, who pops firecrackers in September? And who cuts grass at night? Who waits till 3 o'clock in the morning to set up shop to cut grass? Because I've had that happen too. 3 o'clock in the morning and 9 o'clock at night. So, in these perps, you be minding your business and don't do anything. I mean, you be minding your business and not doing anything, and then they'll come do something cruel to you. And then when you put them on film, sometimes it's like as soon as possible, immediately after the offense that they done to you, that caught you off guard, then you put them on film. And then, they'll try to make it like you're the one harassing the perps. But you don't know what happened off camera before I started filming. Because, it will catch me off guard. And sometimes it takes 1 second for them to do whatever offense to you. I've had some bizarre and strange things happen to me, and a lot of us have. And I never would go and say that I'm the most persecuted or I'm the most targeted. And that, they make it like as if I should shut up and take it because there's a so-called worse than mine. Their so-called targeting. But, it's like, I think that, and I told y'all about how the real perps, like that so-called network with Chief Handler, Vice Handler, Agent K, Agent Smith, Sergeant Stalker, Alex, Shits Yuck Team K, and all them, that they all, are part of the same network where Charles Merovingian and whatever, Textron, they all arrogantly brag and boast about how there was a fake forum on Facebook about me and falsely accused me of being a fake TI. Because they wanted me to become a perp. And, they're mad because I said no. So now the harassment has gotten worse as far as me having debris deliberately blown on me while I'm trying to go to sleep. When the grass cutting people, I had that on film. me being beat up and stuff like that, you know, and me having all these strange instances happen to me, you know. I mean, I I don't recall a moment ever in my life where somebody spit on me before. Maybe they have, but I don't have any recollection until that lady, you know. And then, you know, other than me and my twin sisters fights, because believe it or not, we're twins, and the way the foster family, you know, brought us up, me and my twin sister had too many fist fights growing up. In the last fist fight we had, she gave me a black eye and busted lip. You know, so that was my junior year. No, shortly before my senior year in high school. And the foster mom threatened as a punishment to have me go take my graduation picture with the black eye. With the black eye. But then she waited till it mostly healed. I don't remember if it was the left eye or the right eye. And that was the only time in my life that I ever got a black eye. Before then and after then, I never had a black eye before. But I had busted lip quite a few times. Thanks, Josephine Dyke, the foster brother Joe. You know, he gave me numerous busted lips. And my twin sister has had quite a few, you know, black eyes doing beatings and stuff like that, you know. I wonder if us being abused by them is another reason why me and her used to fight all the time. You know, the foster mom and the foster mom and the foster dad Al, when Al was alive, they used to argue. Aside from going to work, you know, they used to argue and fight, like argue and fuss from sun up to sundown, and there used to be heated arguments all day, every day. You know, so that's a different topic. So, you know, I wanted to break my silence on this and try to not be fearful of man. Um, you know, because it seems like people already handpick who's gonna be on their side and who's not gonna be on. They handpick who on their own whose side they're gonna be on. So you know, I noticed that a lot of Christ rejectors, witches, uh, New Agers, Freemasons who pretend to be fake TI Perps infiltrating, and you know, Black Hebrew Israelites cult, and a lot of them have a lot of subscribers, and they're popular and well liked. So it seems like if you the one, like people who are like conform to the world, and people who are conformed to the world, and you know, and people who try to be a thug and try to be cool, you know, those are the ones who have a large following. So now the guy, I think I don't remember his whole full name, but he acted like he was narcissistic enough that he claims that he was the one who coined the term targeted individual, or gang stalking or whatever, or something like that. You know, I think he called himself food, vibe, nature, herbs, or something along those lines. he said that. And I had to unsubscribe from him because he posts a lot of, I mean, we're talking new age. I guess, I guess, he told on himself in the title, but he never did me anything personally, so it's like, I mean, he never did me anything personally offensive. That's what I mean. So, excuse me. He said that he wants to take the brownie points. He did a video recently where he was talking about he was the one who basically created invented the TI community, something along those lines. So I'm already hated. I had fear of people hating my guts, but I'm already hated anyway. So, people might be like, well, why you bringing up old shit? Or why you rehashing old stuff? Or you you just spilling tea on people because you mad because don't nobody like your ass. And I see why nobody like your ass. That's what people are trying to be like, But I'm gonna go from last year and talk about, my experiences in the TI community. Why I can't be a part of them. And some of y'all have seen my journey. So, you're a fake TI perp if you claim to be targeted. But then me showing my evidence of being targeted, you'll try to gaslight everything I expose the truth about. You'll try to gaslight and deflect and deny and shut down everything I do and say, So people like this guy, he used to call himself Justice TI, and he has on his other social media, he calls himself No Abuse of Power. But he acts like he has fake Christian rap music, but he looked like a white Satanist thug. A white fake Satanist thug. And looked like he trying too hard to be gangster. Because last year when I saw him, he didn't used to have all those, I don't recall him having all those tattoos and stuff. So, I had, and I still have, at the moment, I have 3 active YouTube accounts. And so, I have 3 active YouTube accounts, and I was new in the so-called YouTube's version of the TI community or any TI community. And so YouTube, if I see other so-called targeted individual, and I didn't even know there was a such thing as a fake TI until I had to learn the hard way later on. So, I'm going to be raw and honest and risk, getting a lot of backlash and persecution, in this video. As a result of this video. So, y'all all huddle together and hate me anyway, So, people can flat out call me fake. Fake. They're making like as if I'm a fake and just desperate for attention and money, and they think I'm desperate for attention and money and people feeling sorry for me, which is not true when y'all see what I'm truly and really going through. So if already rich bloggers can put their CashApp, GoFundMe, Venmo, PayPal or whatever, and they already have a big house, and they can come on YouTube, have a large following, get ads on their videos, and, have their videos monetized, and they can, despite making money off of their videos and have a large following, nobody says that they're greedy for money. But the fake TI perps are having seizures and flipping out and having meltdowns. Now, starting next month, I'm supposed to get 814 a month. And I already explained the setbacks and the hardships and the setups and the sabotage of me trying to get housing on my own. I've gone to Catholic Charities. I've gone to Opening Doors. I've gone to, at my name, as far as I know, my name is still on the list at area housing. They say there's no housing available. I hate cold weather. So I explain all my situations and my setbacks and everything, my difficulties, my struggles, everything. I'm trying to do my books on my own. They have people who wrote worse books than I have and still got them published and has charged more for their books, you know. So it's like I'm on everybody's shit list and hate list. The first, they want to make it like as if I'm the first on everybody's shit list or hate list. And then, I heard that some of the fake TI perps, they have sold out and that they're envious of my light. That's what people tell me. Even though I admit that I know I am far from perfect. And a lot of these bastards, they're new agers, and they tickle people. As I said, the popular fakes who got successful books out about the so-called targeting. They give false hopes and false solutions and make a lot of money off their books and whatever products they're selling. And then it brings more confusion, like how popular fake truthers who are COINTELPRO, in the so-called truther community, they even fake expose each other as well. Like people like Professor Griff and Lennon Honor, both of them are controlled opposition. I had to learn. They're not in the target individual community, but they're in the so-called truther community. But I guess the black aspect, because maybe white people listen to Professor Griff, but Professor Griff from Public Enemy, his narcissistic attitude is a whole turnoff from me. So, and Professor Griff try to make it like he's targeted, as heavily targeted as well. But I heard he's controlled opposition. And he claimed that he was supposed to be the sacrifice for for the group Public Enemy. But he he'll try to make like he never sold out. And some people say that Professor Griff was doing those rituals too, but lie and say that he never did them. So because people with features like Professor Griff, people will say that he look like a pretty boy. So but he wants to front like he's pro-black. So anyway, he doesn't brag on his Blackfoot. I think he said Blackfoot. Yeah, he doesn't brag on his Native American side because he's supposedly mixed, and then he brag about being pro-black. So anyway, just like their controlled opposition with the fake TI perps exposing each other as well. So now, this is what people say that, when you sell out or if you flip, because I'm thankful for the few Christians who are, just who are helping me, stay safe and warm and dry. And thankfully, this week is supposed to be warmer, like in the 60s and 70s. It's supposed to be warmer outside, but like Thursday, Friday, and Saturday it's supposed to rain, and then Saturday it's supposed to get back cold again, and cold a little bit next week. So excuse me. So that guy, he used to call himself Justice Ti on YouTube, but now he like when I made a comment and say I'm going through the same thing and I'm targeted and I'm new and I said here's my channel, my other channel exposing, talking about my experiences and stuff. And so he looked at me at my, I mean, he just he called me fake and then blocked me. He said fake LOL and then blocked me. And so then now who's the fake one? Who he sold out? He calls himself King Justice, and he used to have a lot of videos exposing his so-called targeting, and now he's all tatted up and everything like that. And he got some whatever rap on his YouTube channel now. So it's like he sadly sold out, And they had this person, some people act like as if none of their targeting bothers them. It's like some fake TI perps, they either act like as if none of their targeting bothers them, or they act like as if they're the super most persecuted. And I never claimed to be the most persecuted, but I thought I was alone for years. I don't know anybody else who get treated like how I do. I never said that there aren't anybody else who get treated like I do, but I'm just saying I'm the only one who I know. I don't know of any other 37-year-old who gets treated like a punished child and have to do what a 10-year-old literal child tells them to do. And the 10-year-old literal child can issue out punishments on a 37-year-old. Do you know any other 37-year-old? There might be some, but I didn't know throughout the years that there's such thing as targeted individuals and gang stalking. And I'm finding out that I'm finding out that I'm not a menace or such a horrible person. I'm not the villain after all. Excuse me. So, I've been through a lot of hoops and hurdles, and excuse me, forgive me. So I remember a couple of times trying to deal with the God is our protector lady, Renata, or whatever her name is. Twice she was rude to me. One time I emailed her and asked about her Sunday call-in show. It was last year. And when I asked her, and she gave me a rude response back. I don't remember exactly what she said, and I can't even find that email. But then another time, she posted a video of something to do with housing in Long Beach. A lot of people losing housing in Long Beach or something like that. And I made a comment on there, and she deleted my comment and then blocked me. And one time, Bill Cottle, I remember he was feuding with Michael Barden. And, I try to be supportive of Bill Cottle, with my comments. And, Bill Cottle had was ignoring my comments for a while, but I wasn't blocked. But then I took up for him and defended him against a perp trying to call him crazy, and trying to call you crazy, paranoid, delusional and stuff. And so Bill Cottle blocked, and he blocked me. Excuse me. Oh man. He blocked me, and deleted my comment as well, you know. And I'm like, this is the thanks I get for trying to defend. I'm like, damn, you know. So, and I had quite a few other, you know, rude encounters. Like some people who say that they're targeted, they respond to everybody else and ignore my comments. People like Valenciaga TV, what like and heart, um, you know, Chief Handler's responses, and she never blocked him. And she was going through persecution or whatever. But then she, you know, was ignoring my comments. And then, after, I mean, it seemed like if you give supportive comments, people falsely accuse you of being a perp or being fake when you're trying to be there for them. And so, you know, she had me blocked. And I never once tried to come on her. And I don't go on people's channels saying anything offensive. You know, if you innocent and haven't done me anything. And you know, quite a few other people have done that, you know. So, but I looked, you know, every now and then I would you know, YouTube search my own name, you know, my or more like my own YouTube username, and I don't really see, you know, videos of other people have about me, you know. But so I don't even know if it's like I stumbled upon Enoch the Freestyle Prince last year. He got like about 50,000 subscribers, and a lot of people expose him. People say that he's a Mason and doing, you know, witchcraft and stuff, and so you know, and I don't go off just because somebody tell me. You know, I had to learn to not do that. You know, and just go off by, oh, you know, don't pay attention to this person because this person is fake. Especially if, you know, me being falsely accused of being fake. But so people have exposed people like, you know, Enoch the Freestyle Prince, and he has a cult following that you better not dare call him fake. Or, you know, even though Enoch the Freestyle Prince never, you know, violated or disrespected me, you know, but it's like some people say that, you know, a lot of people say that he's fake, but a lot of people say he's fake. A lot of people say that the new breed to the world over is fake. Some other ones, you know, some people say James Harkin is fake, or that he sold out or something like that. Because James Harkin is the only so-called targeted individual that got a lot of financial help on GoFundMe. You know, enough that his problem got solved. So, but I don't know for sure because I'm not personally saying that I think James Harkin is fake. I need to, you know, do more investigation, you know. So, some people, they take all their videos down, or they feel like the harassment stops if you take all your videos down. But I guarantee you, if I take all my YouTube videos down on all 3 channels, I promise you, that's not going to stop the harassment. That's not going to stop the torture. You want to know how I know? Because I was going through this daily persecution and abuse before I even got up a YouTube channel. They had this so-called, targeted person who said that she was doing a lot of videos and that she had to take them all down because she was being heavily attacked. Or did you sell out? Because that's what I heard. That I heard that if you quit doing videos, people gonna think you sold out or took a deal. So, and I feel like if you're a fake TI perp, there should be no need to have to ask for money. And it doesn't seem like, I don't even know if they're subtle, if they're being subtle with trying to get me to flip. I guess they must not want me hard enough, but I don't want to do that because I want to try to stay righteous, even though I slip and mess up sometimes. I slip into sin sometimes, and it's hard to try to fight it. And I need to get, I read the Bible last night and the night before. I slipped up with praying. As I said, I used to be more fervent and zealous until after the spiritual abusers, what they did. And it's been a few years, and I'm still trying to pick myself back up spiritually. And then dealing with the homelessness, making it harder. So it's easier for me to have the time, to myself, when I'm not in that predicament. So, so 18 days. Because this person, she's not a targeted individual, but she's just a YouTube blogger, and I think she has her own blog, but she definitely sold out. She never was, I don't think she was targeted, but her name is Mary Jane Byram, or whatever her name is. She inspired, I watched her video, and she inspired and encouraged people to go ahead and get your YouTube channel and, start blogging and vlogging or whatever. And, you can make your own money or whatever. Because I was homeless on the streets in my hometown, New Orleans, and I was sleeping on UNO's campus, University of New Orleans campus. And, they wait till the weather was bad and wait 18 days. Within 18 days, because I think it was March 31st or April 1st. I think it was April 1st of 2019 when I put my first video up for the the channel, and call it the Psych World. And I called it Psych World. So I called that channel Psych World, and I was just going to talk about my experiences. And I figured, well, if other people can have hundreds of thousands of followers, I thought there would be hope for me, but I guess not. But people band together and want me silenced from talking. And it seemed like the new age and witchcraft fake thug stuff they want to talk about and try to mix it in with worldliness and slang. And then people are like, yeah, you make a whole lot of sense, bruh. But people like me, they think I'm this crazed weirdo that's on some other shit. That's how they put it, pretty much, So that's my answer for why. And I heard that there are more fake TI perps than the actual real ones. And the ones who act narcissistic and puff themselves up about how they will never sell out, and they puff themselves up about how they're too cool, that they're tough enough to take the persecution. They're the first ones to either give in to suicide or spiritual or physical suicide of killing yourself, or spiritual suicide, meaning selling your soul or taking a deal. And they've tried numerous times to shut me up and shut me down. And I'm considered a nobody on all forms of social media. Um, so I guess my name is big to be a big among the so-called TI, like as if I'm supposed to be the laughing stock of the TI community. So I'm gonna say, so 18 days after I started my YouTube channel, well, I'll say 17 days because April 1st plus 17 more days. But it was April 18th, not 2019, when they waited till the weather was life-threatening. And they admitted that they let me sleep on the campus for 6 months. I'm an alumni. And I told them, I said, they failed. They're not solely to blame because people say that if you graduate from a university like UNO, which is under the umbrella of LSU, or LSU is a state university, and I went to Nichols State University and also University of New Orleans. So I heard that people like you can get you get a bachelor's degree, you guarantee to get a job anywhere in the country. But even in 2003, I was 19 or 20 years old, in between college. In between, after my withdrawal from Nichols and me going to I had to withdraw from Nichols because of excessive absences, because of thanks trazodone, missing too many classes. I had to withdraw before they decide to fail me for missing too many classes. But I thought they don't care about attendance in college, but yeah, they do. So when I remember how hard the struggle was for me to get a job, and I didn't realize it was part of me being blacklisted. They make sure I'm destroyed for life. How you do that to a child? I was 17 and workplace mob, and it was hard to get a job. How I can fill out a literal 100 job applications in one day and no response back. And years later, the same thing on Indeed.com. 500 applications on Indeed.com and not one call back. And then they wait like almost a year later to give a fake, rejection letter. So, well, I'm like, well, wow. Because I try to be discreet. And I was, living on the campus, sleeping in the library. And the university police knew about it, but they saw that I was an alumni. So, because at first, when the university police, when I would either sleep in the cold ass classroom where I could never get to sleep and be sleep deprived, but me trying to be in the classroom because the weather would be cold and I couldn't get comfortable. And I would be in the classroom, like in the math building or something like that. And one of the, well, I don't want to spill too much because one of the officers was trying to be, help me out, and I just remembered that he told me, don't tell anybody, so, but it's like one of the officers, was looking out for me. I don't even remember his name offhand. Anyway, so but some of the other officers, the university police officers, acting like they want to help me out and look out for me anyway. But they paid for me one night in the hotel room and acted like they want to get something in the works for or to try to help me out. And I was telling them that basically it was basically no solution, no other solution for my homelessness. I tried renting a room. I tried doing this. I tried doing that. I tried to stay in the hostel. I mean, I just much of nothing. So all because they ran me out of the like ran me out community mobbing. With apartment living and living in a house or neighborhood mobbing. They all ran me out of the neighborhood. You know, and me fearing for my life. So I hate to have to deal with abusive noise campaigns, and I'm supposed to just tolerate and ignore it, and constantly have uncontrollable meltdowns, and not allowed to confront anybody because I'm risking my life. You know, um, so I mean, that's why I said I want to sign no more apartment leases. But then again, I didn't realize how difficult that is. You know, when you don't have a permanent place of residence, you can't rent or buy a car. Well, you can't rent or finance a car, but if you usually most, I don't know of a person who come from the streets and then get a car. Maybe they do have people who come from the streets and then get a car to live in, you know. And so I'm not allowed, like, just like nobody want me on the road, nobody want me driving. Even the fake TI perps, nobody want me on social media. Like, my presence is not welcome. So I was started off, my first video and numerous videos was on UNO's campus. And I kept it secret. I was staying there until after they banned me from there. I put an official police ban for a whole year. Now that ban is lifted, and I felt betrayed by the university I graduated from. I'm a whole alumni, and so that's why I moved to Pensacola 12 days later, after I had already got my after I had already got my you know, if I was living in Pensacola and I had already got my you know, my income tax money back, you know. Yeah, that was last year. Yeah, that was the year that I got almost like 700 something. I don't. Yeah, it wasn't 2018. Yeah, it was 2019 from working in 2018 and stuff. So now, um, see, before coronavirus, that cheap, dirty, uncomfortable motel I was staying in on the West Bank, and back in September I stayed in that motel. It was $250 a week plus $5 key deposit. That would have been like $1,000 a month. So if and that's cheaper than here. So let me try to get my calculator. So I hate this phone moving delayed and acting slow. So 250 and no tax or no only $5 key deposit. No so 250 divided by 7 is like 35.71 a night. and no extra tax or anything like that. So let's see, 3571 times 30. Well, wow, if I did it that way, wait, hold up. Yeah. So the price it costs to stay here and stay over there is about what and what, But here, it's a self-service hotel. You ain't got to worry about bed bugs. It's overall more quiet here. Not so many druggies or nothing like that, but they have a few here. But I stay to myself and mind my business. I don't know any of the residents here, or when I say residents, because it's an extended stay, and some people look like as if they've been staying here permanently and never leave. But it ain't my business what kind of job they got, that they can afford to have a car and stay here long term. Um, so they obviously have a job or a car and can stay here. A lot of times I forget that this is a hotel, because this being an extended stay hotel, I don't like just have. I'm not trying to sound ungrateful or complain, but I don't like just this mini fridge and microwave, because the microwave is unhealthy. And, you know, I miss the regular stove and oven and getting to cook and stuff like that. And I guarantee you I would have been slimmer by now if I would have got to cook. Uh, you know, because they say that microwave keep you overweight and keep you big as well. So let me get back on the topic of what I was talking about. So, all right. At the beginning, I was new, and I was me being truly targeted and newly awakening. I don't even want to use that word, but me waking up, and it like reality hit me, and I still have more learning to do about my targeting symptoms. And me researching narcissistic abuse was how I stumbled upon the truth that I'm a target individual. And also I found out a few years ago, but it just went over my head, and I just went back to life normal. When I was trying to figure out why am I vibrating, why is my body vibrating and stuff, and everybody thought I was crazy and delusional. And the same lady who told me about narcissistic abuse, she told me she behooved me to research narcissistic abuse, and she was a Christian, and she was destroyed by Lisa Rubio as well. Now that lady called me delusional and told me I need to be locked up in a mental institution when I told her, that that we both that and you know what? She's seeing like she's heavily targeted too, but just don't realize it. And she think every she's just surrounded by narcissists. But I'm like, no, but she refuses anything conspiracy related now, and she was exposed one of the best, not the best, but one of the best truthers out there. And she had a website called Galatians4.blogspot.com, and I have her I have her information archived, but now she just doesn't want to be a truther anymore, So I'm saddened, you know, that she turned away from the truther community and went to the Universalist Unitarian religion, and now she goes back into believing in psychiatry being real and stuff like that. So when I try to tell her, and I really think that she's targeted too and being experimented on and probably set up for sacrifice. and doesn't realize, being a scapegoat. And so, um, well, I, I was hurt by the fact that she also, I mean, kind of find out she wasn't a loyal friend either, and that's a whole different topic or a different subject. Um, so I knew for a few years that I was targeted, but I didn't know there was such a community of people I can talk to, and it's like it went over my head, and I was experiencing electronic harassment and didn't realize what was going on, that this was part of the targeting. And I don't know why the information a few years ago didn't click, but I had my final confirmation last year and still had a lot more to learn. So when I looked at the you know nappy head roots guy, he never violated or offended me either. you know so y'all know he has a he's popular and well liked. you know but last year I was watching some, like, people like Enoch the Freestyle Prince was talking about weird stuff about angels and some other weird stuff, off the wall stuff, and he has a large following and a lot of people to agree with and listen to him because it tickles their ears and it's what they want to hear. So that's why he has a large cult following, Enoch. So Nappy Head Roots, excuse me, um, when I was kind of, new at watching people's videos, and I admit, you know, I well, like, asked myself, how can he get away with, walking up to whatever perps and say, you know, ask them why you trying to kill me. He walk up to somebody and say, why you trying to kill me, man? And stuff like that. And they just all casual and everything, you know. So that's what made me question him. I haven't like outright said, oh, Nappy Head Roots is fake. But, I get attacked for even, questioning, whether or not he's real or fake. Because, if I walk up to a perp and say, well, why you trying to kill me? Y'all see, they'll flip out, you know. So y'all seen, for the fact that I walk up to them and put them on film and be like after they try to run me over with the car, or if they're sitting there and I know they're perping, and I said, why you gang stalking me? Oh, we're playing Pokemon. Shut, you just outed yourself. Be quiet. So I still have a lot more to learn with the gang stalking. So I apologize if I thought Nappy Head Roots was one of the popular fakes. So people will angrily defend him too, and won't even give me a chance to get a word out or to explain myself. I said, wait a minute. I said, at first, I thought everything seemed scripted or fake, So, as I said, I apologize, if I, in the beginning last year, thought so, when I was new. So, but I saw, one video where his van got vandalized or whatever, and it looked like a real, mess up or wreckage or something. And I'm like, well, okay, now I realize he's real. So I don't know, you know. So it seemed like the heavyweights, you're not allowed to even speculate or question. I heard that the guy that calls himself NEXX level, next level, I heard that he's one of the popular fakes as well. From I heard a lot of people say that, but again, he never personally offended me or anything like that. And I remember he was talking certain experiences on a video last year where it sounded like a lot of experiences that what I was going through. And so then, you know, I remember even when I came out, they had some people who came out after me or who were newer than me, and they were making YouTube videos, and got kind of popular kind of fast, you know, and so it's like I was still new and learning and trying to figure out stuff last year, and even this year I had some more stuff to learn, and I still got more to learn. So I apologize, if I thought nappy head roots was, if I mean last year, when I was still kind of new, you know. But if I tell somebody that now, they jump down my throat and attack me before I can get my words out. I said at first I thought that, but I'm not thinking that now, But they attack and devour me before I can even get out what I'm trying to say. When you attack and devour and go off on me before I can get my whole words out, that's how I know you're a narcissistic abuser. But yeah, I feel like no way can, I mean, and then at first I thought, well, if you walk up to a random stranger and ask why they trying to kill you, I'm like, well, you're the one harassing them, you know. But now, I mean, I thought that at the beginning at first when I was still new, like in last May, June, July, and stuff like that, me being new and trying to figure stuff out. So now in my personal experience, outsiders or newbies will make like I'm the one who's bothering them. So now I have a better understanding when I'm gonna read it again. That perp, uh, let me find it. All right. So a perp named that Dexter Stanley person. I read this on another video yesterday. Seek help. There are no gang stalkers. It's in your head. Mental stickiness is not a joke. Stop harassing innocent people. As I explained earlier, so nappy head roots, I apologize, if I questioned you or, or doubted you, what you going through at the beginning when I was new. But now, I understand we all have, a lot of different struggles. So, but he's also, one of the popular untouchables, so Michael Barton is another one of the popular untouchables, you know. Um, so let me tell y'all this. I might need more than 3 hours to talk about all this. So excuse and forgive me. And thank you for taking the time out, to listen to just all of this, to hear me out with everything. And as I said, I know I'm have to experience a lot of backlash and persecution and more hate, you know. So let me tell y'all this story. All right. Last year, Wayne Daniels came about a week or two after I did, and started you know doing you know videos, and I figured he was truly targeted as well. So you a new so-called targeted individual on the scene, and then excuse me, you a new professed targeted individual on the scene. He came after I did and started making videos. And it was like an explosion. When I came on, it was like an explosion of new people, more and more new people who came shortly after I did, and like slightly before as well. It was like an explosion of new people. And so I couldn't tell the real from the fakes, and I was still new and trying to figure everything out. So remember I told y'all, I mean, that I told y'all that um when I try to put that what's that Middle Eastern scam guy in my hometown, New Orleans, uh, last May, I put him on, or was it last April? I put him on film for trying. It was already May because I had came up here and then had to go back to New Orleans just to get my birth certificate out of that storage unit. And so when I confronted that guy about scamming me with the computer, because he gave me a Chromebook, and I wanted a kind of laptop that I have now. I didn't want a Chromebook, but he lied and said that, and I didn't know what a Chromebook was. And I will never get a Chromebook. I have no use for a Chromebook. I hate Chromebooks. After what he did, I hate a Chromebook now. So that guy, he got angry. He was trying to slap the phone out of my hand, but in the midst of him trying to slap the phone out of my hand, he slapped me really hard in the face when I put him directly on film and put the camera in his face for scamming me and cheating me out of $200 out of my money that I just got. And it would have been worth it if it would have been a working laptop like this one is a working good laptop. And that's what I wanted, a laptop. I didn't want a fucking Chromebook. I wanted a laptop. So I feel like a Chromebook is pointless, but there are more things I can do on a laptop. But I feel like I don't need a Chromebook or a tablet. Tablets are kind of fun sometimes, but I don't need a Chromebook or a tablet if I got a phone. Excuse me. And I wasn't trying to get a Chromebook. I was trying to get a regular laptop, and I didn't know what a Chromebook was. And he lied to me and said that he lied to me and said that it was a laptop. And then he was trying to act like he was trying to convince me to buy more stuff and then try to rush you to make a decision, and didn't allow you to think. So other people say he scammed and got over them too, but most people praise his fake store. So after he slapped the phone in my hand, he slapped the phone out of my hand, he slapped the phone out of my hand, and when he slapped the phone out of my hand, he slapped me in the face. It's like as if it was like, me having him on film like this, and then when he's like, boom, like it went like that, pretty much just like that, and my phone fell to the ground and broke. So that was the first and for a long time, last time I put a perp on film. And I don't know if he was just an all-around scam artist, scamming everybody, or if he was just singling me out and perping me. Because I had to read through a lot of reviews on his website. On the Google reviews on his store, and I'm glad that I ended up going to the freaking pawn shop here in Pensacola, and I just wanted to get the thing off my hands. And all those bastards all they gave me back was $40. And I felt even just more extra ripped off. I don't even really do pawn shops that much after what happened. That's a different story about the laptop situation when I was in my hometown, New Orleans, back in 2003. That's a whole separate video to talk about. So I don't really fuck with pawn shops like that much, but I was just desperate to get the computer off of my hands. I probably should have just donated it rather than doing that for all that. So I eventually got the $200 plus the $40, replaced later on. So it's like, so that's why I was just talking about, because I started off, because I wanted to write my fiction books that I'm working on now. Well, I wasn't even doing short stories, but last year I was just and I was doing videos about the big fiction book that I'm just starting all over again. Well, I didn't start completely all over again, but I started all over again and made a little progress. So all right, I was planning to work on 3 books last year. And that's why I started my channel and called it the Psych World. And shortly after, I was talking about my personal experiences with the foster mom, the foster family, the biological family, and narcissistic abuse, and just doing a lot of experiences. And then shortly after, I stumbled upon the targeted individual thing, and then I started doing videos talking about the targeting. And when I put that guy on film for the first person I ever put on film about the targeting, because I had gang stalking happen to me even before I left New Orleans, but didn't realize last year, but didn't realize what was going on. Like they would have people I'd be standing at the bus stop, and they would come, stop their vehicle near me, and then I thought that they were just looking at directions or something on their phone. I'm like, why is everybody standing by me? They come park their car by me and then look down at their phone, like as if they're looking up directions or something. That's what I thought they were doing. And then they go drive off, after a while, shortly before they know exactly what bus I'm going to take and everything. Because if I'm standing on North Claiborne Avenue in the Treme area off of Canal Street, and one of those, they knew that I would end up taking, wow, what bus was that? Like the St. Bernard bus or something like that. Because they know that goes to UNO. I didn't realize I was being followed and gang stalked and harassed. They're the ones harassing us, not us harassing them. So we TIs are just defending ourselves. So, I was being workplace mobbed and perped and gang stalked at work and stuff last summer, working at the pool and the YMCA and everything like that. And so over the summer last year, Wayne, well, it was like, I think Wayne Daniels came in the month of May of last year, and he was kind of new and, dangling it in everybody's face about, ooh, I have a copy of the, community policing handbook or whatever. So so then he said, and then he gave his email, which is Wayne Daniels 333 at gmail.com. And so I emailed him. Let me see. Yeah, I'm feeling kind of nervous because my, like, after I'm at a minute, I'm in an hour and 35 minutes right now, and I know I got a lot to say. Um, I know I have a lot to say. I know I have a lot to say. So, you know, when I did the video talking about Masonic women pimping their daughters, the video stopped automatically and cut me off at 3 hours exact. So I might have to do this long video into like a couple of parts. And thanks for y'all patience and stuff. So okay, it was June 6, 2019. Okay, so I emailed him, and because he was like telling everybody I got the community policing handbook. So you know, so he said he was giving it for free, a copy for free. So now I would have to hear lectures about doxing people if I show y'all my phone. So I'm gonna just read it. But my question is, if you're not a new ager or a sellout, he already got like. Well, I still had my like 120 subscribers by the time of November last year, and um he already had like 540 something, and so he had a lot of supporters, and so nobody was really much paying attention to me or nothing like that, so he was what I was trying to say, he was kind of one of the popular ones. And so I emailed him like he suggested if anybody wanted a copy. I emailed him and entitled it uh I entitled it Community Policing Handbook, and I said thank you very much. And then on June 7th, he told okay, it was 4:55 when I emailed him. So why was it June 7th at exactly 7:33 p.m.? He said, can I ask you something? Is there any way that you could maybe donate to my PayPal account? Anything would help. That's if you can donate. If not, thank you so much. And so then it was July 13th, 2019 at 4:20 a.m. So he said, hi, I sent you the FBI Community Policing Handbook. I was wondering if you can donate my PayPal account. And he put his PayPal link and then said thanks. So also that day, it was 7:17 a.m. in the morning. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, it was like almost 3 hours later. And I said, hey, I still didn't get the handbook. I'm struggling on the streets having to beg myself. And I had a job at the time and still had to live that way, having to beg myself. It's really hard out here. Because y'all remember when I told y'all that even though I had a job and they would not allow me to work full time, plus I had my SSI and Social Security, it wasn't enough for me to get my own place. I explained that several times in several videos. So that was one of the reasons why it was hard for me to get my own place. But once I started to get a little confident, and even with 30 hours a week, that's when they fired me. So, you know, it was a person who did a video exposing Enoch the Freestyle Prince in November, shortly, or maybe it was the end of October. So, um, well, all right. So I had the other job, the janitorial job, and I ended up in the emergency room 4 times. And I ended up in the emergency room 4 times, and then and within 6 weeks of working there, and and I've stayed persistently sleep deprived, and you know, I think the ambulance I had to deal with at least twice, and I try to avoid having to go in the ambulance because of the hospital bills. Plus, it's always the paramedics always falsely accuse you of faking sickness for attention. Well, targeted justice said that the perp's job is to refuse help to the TI. And that was around the time when narcissistic dyke fake TI perp Olga was trying to forcefully order me to quit my job. And then like she would put a whole bunch of fake love bombing comments on my YouTube on all of my videos. And then she would you know, Olga would you know, you try to forcefully order me. She tried to forcefully order me to quit my job, but I didn't quit because she told me to. You know, so I quit because of the workplace mobbing and me ended up in the emergency room 4 times and being, too heavily sleep deprived. They didn't want me to. The perps didn't want me to work my own job, and so, but yet that old guy would come on my YouTube videos and say in all caps, "Stay off the streets" or "Get off the streets." But you trying to tell me quit my job, but how you going to tell me quit my job and you're going to tell me get off the streets or stay off the streets? And she would act like a narcissistic control freak fake friend and try to tell me you know that if I don't get off the streets as soon as possible, she would act like she would tell me I'm gonna die soon and I'm gonna wind up in a wheelchair and I'm gonna have all these bad things happen to me, or I'm gonna have increased sickness and stuff like that, you know, um, just telling me all kinds of horrible stuff. So that was around that time. So then I dealt with a workplace mobbing incident at work, you know, and I didn't understand why I got massive amounts of thumbs down on that video. And I was trying to figure out what did I say wrong. And I played the video back and I still didn't understand what I said so wrong about why I got so many thumbs down on a video of me talking about my workplace mobbing experience. And that was during around the time when I had to walk 3 hours home. Well, no, 3 hours from work to my sleep spot. I had to walk 3 hours. So then I finally got the paperwork in for my special transportation and was taking that. I think it was the first night I took that transportation. Then the next day I had to quit. And so, excuse me. So, somebody did a video talking about Enoch the Freestyle Prince being fake. And so, I'm like, oh yeah, I've been meaning since July to talk about what Wayne Daniels did me. So I did a video and I said, Wayne Daniels is a fake TI scammer. And that's when, I've been scared to talk about this because of being devoured and attacked again. But, as far as I know, the TI community sees me as dead to them anyway. So he got all these people to attack and mob me and gang up on me. And, because I said he's like Brian too, would be in a different country, every day. And some people said that Brian too, is one of the popular fake TIs, the popular fake TI perps. And so he's another one of the untouchables that you can't speak out against. Being popular does not make you real. So it was like a feud between me and Wayne Daniels, where everybody wanted me to shut up, but he was allowed to do as many, just like with the feuding with me and my twin sister, doing a whole bunch of videos full of lies about me. And then everybody's on her side, but everybody expected me to shut up. And it was like that with feuding with Wayne Daniels as well. Everybody wanted me to shut up, but everybody's giving him massive thumbs up, and I get massive thumbs down. So the feud between me and Wayne was the origin behind why I get massive thumbs down on every video. Because people weren't doing that to me, and I guess it's going to happen to me for the rest of my YouTube life, for me to be punished with thumbs down, with every video. Because when I say he's like the Black Brian too, and, would do, he's in a different city and state every single day, and Brian too was like, in a different country every day. And so he falsely accused me of being a perp. And he said, yeah, I don't have no real evidence, but just talk. And he said such horrible things about me, because I question about, like, why, if you're a real TI, why would you go around trying to scam people? I never heard of a mandatory donation. Like, as if you're not going to get this you're not going to get a copy of the community policing handbook until or unless you give me some money first. So all you had to do, but it's not that community policing handbook, it's not yours to sell anyway. So if you're giving it to everybody else for free, why the hell I'm the only one has to give a donation first? So if you get your hands on something like that, and everybody wants to see it, and you're somewhat new TI, and then I question that 333 in your email, so I don't even care about being devoured and attacked right now. I get devoured and attacked every day. So he falsely accused me of being fake because he's like, don't have no real evidence, but just talk. And then he tried to say that he's trying to say I sound illiterate and uneducated, and I'm this, I'm that. He just talked about me, trashed me so horribly, like a dog, worse than a dog. And so y'all see when I'm in need, y'all see that, I'll live up to my promises of, what I say I'm going to spend the money that y'all donate. And I never would hold y'all up to like anything like that, but like being like, well, I have offered my books for completely free. Excuse me. So I would never try to put a hold on somebody like that, So I was gonna do my books, for free, and if you wanted to donate anything, but I'm not gonna I don't believe in that mandatory donation stuff. That reminds me of the idiots at the Atlanta Greyhound station who offer to help you with your bags and then have their hand out for a mandatory donation, like as if I mean, you mandatorily have to give them some money after they offered to, help you with your bags, and then they want to have their hand out for money. That's what that kind of reminds me of. So, you know, everybody huddled together and falsely accused me of being a perp for exposing the truth about, what he did to me. And so other females have come forward and said that other females have come forward and said that Wayne Daniels had done stuff to them too, like disrespected them and stuff like that as well. So I didn't really have, but that wasn't until later on, But around that time, I didn't really have any supporters or any body to back me up, and so many people agreeing with and defending him and want me silenced, and so there's a nosy perp walking back and forth. So I would that first day that I was rode the bus of that little private transportation coming home from work, a perp literally followed me all the way to my sleep spot, and it was a Kia Soul. They wanted to monitor and watch me get off the little transportation bus, and then I put them on film harassing and perping me. And that Kia Soul, that same Kia Soul, green Kia Soul that will follow me everywhere, but that Kia Soul left me alone. So they would like to monitor and follow me by my pee spot and my potty spot and my sleep spot. And so they're the first ones who I noticed that started it. So I put up a video saying, "Oh, I don't have any evidence. I don't have evidence." And so then I showed the video of being perped with the Kia Soul. And so then I got massive thumbs down on that. So I guess ever since then, I've been filming gang stalkers ever since then. And I'm like, well, I didn't know that it was a targeted individual community thing that you must film the gang stalkers and expose them. Now everybody want me to stop filming and shut up. So they had people like Kim Morrell. I tried to be supportive of her. She never responded to my comments. When I tried to be supportive on her channel, and she was one of the people who said, "That's right, keep exposing those demons," telling Wayne that about me. And I'm like, I just felt so bad because I know I'm not a demon and I know I'm not a perp. But, I was supposed to keep silent I had been wanting to talk about this, but I had been silent because of afraid of being, like as if I got cyber jumped, so, but then if Wayne Daniels, a couple of people did try to defend me, and he devoured and attacked them too. But it's like, how come he can do videos exposing Kim Price, but I can't expose him? If you are being attacked and being really targeted, but you truly going around scamming people or trying to scam people, and so I don't take other people's money and then do substance abuse like alcohol and cigarettes and stuff. I just get the cheapest hotel room I can find, the cheapest deal, and, try to keep my food to a minimum. You know, it's cheaper than me eating out every meal when I'm on the streets because I can't go to the shelters and stuff. And just trying to keep everything as peaceful as I can because I can't afford to be arguing with other homeless 3 times a day or every meal. You know, arguing and fighting with them. Last time I went to that freaking Washburn Center, Perp threatened me with a knife. So that if it get that serious, I don't need to go back to the homeless soup kitchens and stuff like that. You know, and so I just try to stay away from trouble. So you know, you're not gonna call me a perp and then tell me I need to be locked up in a mental institution. You're not gonna do it. You're not gonna call yourself targeted and say that another targeted person is crazy and need to be locked up in a mental institution. Oh no, they just walking here like crazy. They really want to be nosy. So anyway, I mean, ever since then, that situation was when I started filming, and so people are like, oh yeah, Wayne Daniels, he's really targeted, you know. But I'm like, but y'all doubt and question me and call me fake, you know. So it's like nowadays I put people on film and they make it like as if the fake T.I. Perps, they the ones who make it like as if I'm the laughing stock of the T.I. community, or I'm making a fool. I make the whole T.I. community look bad. I don't even really have support anyway. So yeah, that's my. I mean, that's what I want to know. How come Wayne Daniels can question and expose people, but if you question or expose him, he would like drag and devour and attack you. Somebody notified him, but he tried to make it like as if he lied, and he made it like as if he just randomly Google his name, his own name up, and there goes my video about him, knowing damn well you're just trying to protect the person who told you, who ratted and snitched. As I said, um, Wayne Daniels can expose Ken Price and still have supporters, and no, ain't nobody gonna devour and attack him, and he can expose whoever he wants. But me exposing Wayne, everybody devoured and attacked and ganged up on me, you know. And I felt hurt about the Kim Morrell lady because I wanted to try to be supportive of her, and she would ignore, um, you know, my posts and stuff, or never respond. And also, people like targeted in Ireland, she would never really respond to my post last year too if I try to my comments or whatever. So I can't believe I'm finally bold enough to talk about this now. And it might even take. I may not have to do another video. I probably can keep this in, one video. So, um, a lot of people call Ken Price fake, and he doesn't stop what he's doing. And a lot of people call Enoch the Freestyle Prince fake. Enoch doesn't stop what he's doing. You know, so they have this dark complected guy. He looks super young, and he has at least 19,000 subscribers. And he calls himself Maine, Maine. And he just recently got a Nissan Versa. And he never violated me or did anything either. But I had to cut him off because I had to find out he was into that new age and occultic stuff too. You know. But back to Wayne Daniels. People say that Wayne Daniels that he takes other people's money and abuses alcohol and cigarettes and whatever other drugs, and that he freeloads and lives off of women, and that he, objectifies and disrespects women and sees women as property. You know, so at least I don't take people's money and misuse it. Me asking for help is to stay safe, warm, and dry, and for food, laundry, and toiletries. And for extra $100 for deposit that they require. You know, so this coming like with my own SSI and Social Security money, you know, even if I saved up, you know, it seemed like I would still get rejected because it don't matter how much savings you got, but they want an income of 3.5 times your rent, and it seemed like money saved up. It ain't, And then I told you that they sabotage me attempting to get my own. Like I was about to get that cottage for $475 a month, and those raggedy white perps got out of that Jaguar with a deceitful looking smile on their face, and they must have told that man something, because he rejected me. I mean, he left me. He led me on to think that he for sure was gonna let me get that cottage. There was another place on 9 Mile, way over there, and again, I was supposed to get that place. The man waited till the very last minute, right when I was about to sign the lease, and then he just went AWOL on me. And I've had a few other experiences where landlord. I mean, I already talked about all those experiences. So, well, so I guess the moral of this little story, well, not moral, but the outcome of this little story is, Wayne Daniels is the reason why I've been, putting the perps on film, So, because he said, don't have no real evidence, but just talk, 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 talk. And I said, well, I don't have evidence. And that's when all my evidence of perping, they would give me nothing but thumbs down. And then they had this fake TI perp that was associated with Wayne Daniels. And he said, and he looked like a young boy. And I don't know what race or nationality he was, but he was ugly himself. And try to say, yeah, because I saw her ugly face 4 times. So there was a lot of people who huddled together and gave him loads of thumbs up and defended him. And it seemed like my subscribers, I lost a lot of subscribers, and my subscribers went and flocked over to him. And I'm left to think that something I did or said that was wrong. And then, Wayne also falsely, just like my twin sister falsely accused me of trying to use her name for clout and stuff. He falsely accused me of, wanting to use his name for likes and subscribers and clout and stuff like that. And I don't even do that. And I'm not even powerful enough to do that. And why would I use you out of all people? All you had to do was just come and admit, okay, well, I was desperate for money, and so I'm sorry I cheat. Sorry I tried to cheat and scam you. But of course, he ain't going to be honest enough to do that. So he was just trying to excuse away, his dirty deeds and reverse everything onto me. And you got this Tony White guy, that fake TI perp JE, who told my twin sister that, he told my twin sister that, oh yeah, what did he say? Now, oh, now that I did a video about UNO, why the fuck are they texting me? I don't want anything to do with University of New Orleans anymore. So, the JE person, hold up. The JE person told Tony, great advice in video. JE person still perping me. So yeah, it was my twin sister that was the mystery person who surprisingly talked like she wanted to make a truce with me on, Christmas Day. She didn't even say I'm sorry or anything like that, but she just wanted to say, "Oh, let's squash the beef." And you know, she said, "Hello, I want to wish you a Merry Christmas and also wish that we can end the beef." Yeah, beef, trying to sound hip hopish. I also think that you should press charges on that girl, and if you need me, I got your back. You never had my back. I have no money right now, but at times I want to send you money, but I felt like you would not accept it. Liar. But I'm not a gang stalker. Liar. We just have disagreements. Once again, Merry Christmas. Have a good day. Do not wish death on you and never will. But, I don't know if she's sincerely wanting us to get back on good terms. But I wish I could, but I can't. I would like to. Um, I wish I could, but I know first thing she gonna keep her videos up, but expect me to take all my videos down, and I'm not taking down none of those videos. So, but I don't believe in being cold-hearted and grudgeful and unforgiving. But I know that if me and her get back on good terms, I know that the topic of gang stalking will be forbidden or off limits for me to talk about. So, that would be very hard. That I can't even have I mean, my own twin sister should have she should have had my back. We all both should have had each other's back. But I know the foster family I'm telling y'all, the foster family used witchcraft to, the foster family used witchcraft in order to, split us apart. And probably the biological family as well. But I'm not going back to the IDMR cult, and I'm not going back to see a psychiatrist and take medicine. I'm doing neither one of those things. And I know that's what she would expect. What she would narcissistically expect out of me. So, but they said that as a Christian, I mean, that's what I talked about, the other day about, forgiving gang stalkers and narcissistic abusers and people harming and abusing and perping you and stuff. Because you said I think on your channel or your video, you know, you told me go drink bleach, but you say you never wish death on me. But, you know, I mean, I want to make a truce with my twin sister, but just don't know how. I want to, but just don't know how. Because me being stressed out and frustrated in October, um, me being stressed out and frustrated in October, you know, later on that night, I didn't realize that I was so high stressed that, I was afraid of anything happening to me. I don't know what medical emergency would have happened to me just by being high stressed. And, you know, so, but for Hurricane Sally, she gave me $10, but then wanted a refund right back, you know, and she was perping me right along with Stars 15K and the other perps, you know. If she wanted to make a truce, but then her cult followers are still perping me and doing shit. And she's not gonna make a YouTube video admitting that she lied on me about a lot of things. Well, about mostly pretty much everything, you know. But I didn't want her to, go and do anything harmful to herself, you know. So everything I've been saying, I mean, I'm just wondering why she had a personal attack on me, speaking about everybody, not just her. And she, I don't know why she doesn't, if she would speak on me, why doesn't she speak against other people persecuting her and doing stuff to her? You know, I spoke about as many people as I can think of, and me just exposing whatever MK Ultra trauma based mind control, witchcraft, this gang stalking, anything that's associated with hurting me and abusing me. And I talk more about the foster family than the biological family, but more like that foster mom. And I realize this is all dangerous, that, you're risking your life for speaking the truth, you know. So now I kind of feel confident that I feel kind of confident that, okay, I think I can do this in under 3 hours. So, okay, I think it was the beginning of August of last year, and I was still working at the pool before I started working at the YMCA. And that person who calls herself Uniquely Made Warrior, um, she would act like a narcissistic, control freak, fake friend, and what she did was, some kind of way, I don't remember if I commented on her video or she commented on mine. And at that time, me trying to be, generous, before I find out how brutal the TI community, so-called TI community is, and before I was awakened to how many fakes they are, I I think I remember I gave my email and probably my phone number. No, maybe not. No, I don't remember if I gave my phone number out, but I definitely gave my email out. Yeah, I think I gave my phone number out too on a video, and I won't do that again. Can't do that again. Not even my email. Because it seemed like the fake, narcissistic, fake TI perps act like as if they want to try to get locked inside of your soul and then take you down and destroy and damage you. And as I said, the fake TI perps manipulate you, and they do a better job than the regular perps at, nearly succeeding at manipulating you into wanting to commit suicide. So I'm trying to, stay afloat and not do that, because I'm, don't want to go to hell. So, well, excuse me. the uniquely made person, Monique, she called me up and started talking to me. And when she got on the phone with me, the very she called me up and told me, the very first thing she said was, she was trying to bully, harass, and lecture me about telling all my business. And narcissistic abusers always try to tell you about, oh, you tell all your business or whatever. But she tried to lecture me about telling all my business and saying that I shouldn't put my name out there. But they have people who have a YouTube channel that their YouTube channel. I have another YouTube channel that's my name, Candy Grandpre. So you following and subscribing to people. So why am I wrong for putting my business out there just because I put my name up? Just because I told what my name is on my videos. So me and her went to talking. Well, I probably should have hung up then. So she talked to me for quite a few months, and she would act like a narcissistic, control freak, fake friend. And she when I told her about Wayne, it seemed like she defended and agreed with Wayne. Trying to say, oh yeah, he's really targeted. And so when I told her about him saying you have no real evidence, but just talk, and she's like, yeah, you have to have evidence. I said, well, I have put my evidence out there, and now, people trying to tell me ignore everything, don't worry about the thumbs down or whatever. I feel like it's counterproductive to be a bully in the TI community, bullying other people. The fake TI perps, they're bullies. Like on Twitter and Facebook and YouTube, they're bullies. So it's pointless and counterproductive to be a fake TI perp bully. So they tear you down worse. So Monique, she gave me $40 once. I think she was the first person who ever gave me money on Cash App. I think she was the one who suggested that I get a Cash App. Because, and I felt hesitant and afraid and shy of, asking for help or asking for money. And I didn't start to be full blown, asking for help and asking for money until Alex ran me out of Pensacola. In 2018 and 2019 in New Orleans, in 2018 in New Orleans and 2019 here. Well, 2018, 2019 in New Orleans, and 2019, 2020 here in Pensacola. I had to suffer the cold nights on the streets. As a single disabled female by myself, and being stalked, harassed, and terrorized. So, I wasn't even much asking for money like that last year. I wasn't. Even after I was forced to quit my job or have this happen or that happen. So she offered me to stay up in South Carolina, but wouldn't take no for an answer. I said, no, I don't want to go out in South Carolina. I don't want to go back there because of what I went through with Lisa Ruby. Lisa Ruby was a fake, and her husband, they're Satanists who are fake TI perps. And the daughter is satanic, very satanic now. So they're Satanists masquerading as fake Christians. So Monique acted like she agreed with Wayne Daniels, about falsely accusing me of wanting to be popular and wanting more subscribers and stuff like that, when that wasn't what I was trying to do. So because when I did the video talking about Wayne Daniels last year, I was, basically talking about the popular fakes, So, Chartice Wells, She's one of the popular fakes, and outright, she'll call you a perp if you defend Jesus Christ. And she's a Christ rejecting hardcore butch man dyke. She's one of the popular fakes. And I don't know if Monique put stuff in Shartice's head or what she told her, because Monique suggested that I go into Shartice's YouTube live one time on a Friday, and that was new, and I think it was uh, in September when I started working that new job, and I think it was the end of the week and my first week there at that job, and so shortly before work at the janitorial job, I went into Shartice's YouTube live because Monique, was asking me to go in there. And so everybody else can make comments, but when I make a comment, what Shartice would do was read everybody's comment and they skip over mine and ignore my comment and then wait till last to go back up and read my comment and then have something smart ass to say. And I stayed there longer, than I should have in that live. And then eventually she blocked me, you know. So there was another person defending Jesus Christ. And, she think that, the fake T.I. perps who are part of the Black Hebrew Israelites cult, they act like as if everybody who defends the name of Jesus Christ is a perp. While all you got to do is read the book of Galatians, especially Galatians chapter 1. Well, throughout the book of Galatians in the Bible, King James Bible, it debunks. The Galatians book in King James Bible debunks the Black Hebrew Israelites cult. And also in Colossians and certain other, New Testament, throughout the New Testament, So I mean, a lot of the New Testament debunks the Black Hebrew Israelites teachings, and they're modern day Pharisees. And you see people who are like Black Hebrew Israelites, like the Lydia Yah Lioness. I don't know if she's still on there. And so people like her, Hebrew History Channel, and quite a few others have like a lot of thousands of subscribers. And, if you don't agree with the Black Hebrew Israelites, if you don't agree with them, then they'll call you a perp. If you defend the name of Jesus Christ as a Christian, then they'll call you a perp, So that's what Shartice was doing. But she wasn't even calling the Black Hebrew Israelites' name. She would want to say that his name is Emmanuel. I mean, which is one of the other names that they call Jesus, but she wants to strictly call him Emmanuel. But, you drink Four Loko and practice homosexuality and smoke weed and do whatever else. But then, you get mad and block me. And then, so Monique acts like she was kissing Shartice Wells' ass and worshiping her. And a lot of people do, And so Monique would try to control what I should post about on my videos, like as if I had to have her approval. She acted like she was trying to be my handler. And a few others, that's why I had to cut them off. And Monique would try to threaten, like me and her have a disagreement or argument or something. And Monique would try to bully and try to scare me and be like, and I dare you to go up on YouTube and do a video about me. Because I did do a video about her. But, I was scared to admit that. And I was more subliminal about it because I just didn't want any trouble. But, I want to express myself, about. And she was like, was that video about me? I know it wasn't about you, but yeah, it was about her, So I admit I get scary sometimes. I get, fearful sometimes. But now I'm trying to be bold and just let it all out because I've been holding this in for months, for a long time. She was the one who told me that the guy Alex that followed me around and tell me police got me under surveillance. She was the one who told me that he's my handler. But other people say he's not my handler. And so um she would do or say certain things, and then she would fake cry and over exaggerate and be like, please, I'm not a perp. So it's like, but you done some purpose things to me, try to bully me and be like, I dare you to go to make another video about me and this and that. But it's like, um, one video I would do, and she would be, I'm sorry for scratching my ear. On one video I would do, she would be like, you know, that's right. Keep exposing those demon seeds. And even the John Cornell guy that says his YouTube name was Future Knowledge, he was saying, that's right, keep exposing those demons. So then Monique would tell me that, and Monique would say, well, I binge watch all your videos and I thumbs up all your videos. When there would be numerous videos that would have all thumbs down and no thumbs up. I'm like, so you binge watch all my videos and thumbs up all my videos, but some videos I see no thumbs up at all. So, it's like she wanted me to go to South Carolina by her and wouldn't take no for an answer. And I'm like, no, I'm not going up there. I'm not going back up there. And she would be like, even just to try it out. And if you don't like it, you can leave. No, I'm not going back up there. I don't want to be where it's cold. At least you'll have a roof over your head. No. But then she would say stuff like, she would be like, and I'm not going to stop smoking cigarettes for you. And I'm like, well, if you know I hate smoking cigarettes so much, just leave me to stay here because I don't want to try to control your house and tell you what to do or make you feel uncomfortable, in your own house. So I'd just rather stay where I'm at because if I put on film about the perp smoking around me, she would get mad and condemn me about that over the phone. But then come on my channel and be like, keep exposing. That's why I keep exposing those demons. But one time, no, it was more than once that Monique said, but they have a right to gang stalk us, sis. And I'm like, what you mean they have a right to gang stalk us? She's like, oh, you know what? You're right, sis. So it's like, I question the fact that, her videos look like she legit targeted, but she also, there was a point in time when she tried to make me stop doing videos, So I'm like, well, what y'all want me to talk about then if I'm not allowed to talk about my targeting? But then, they'll try to tell me stop exposing the perps, but then they'll say, keep speaking your truth. You got me confused. And that James Latimer person, I think he's from the UK, he was still doing videos and he called me all kinds of dumbasses and stupids and try to say, stop making videos. And he would have all kinds of nonsensical comments all plastered all over my videos. And I had to block him for being a strange, weird asshole. So, and I told you about the fake T.I. Perp Tory Bird song. He acted like a narcissistic, control freak, fake friend as well. And well, what I question about Monique is how the hell was she supposedly ran away at 15, if I'm getting the story right, and ran away from her mom and then moved to New York from Philly, and then how the hell, I don't know how old she was, but she said she didn't graduate from high school and none of that, and she ran away from home, and she ended up with a government job with no high school diploma? That's what I question. I can't even get a government job, and I have a bachelor's degree. And I couldn't have gotten a government job straight out of college. But she had a government job making at least $50,000 or $60,000 a year. And then now she's supposedly heavily targeted. And but one thing a lot of certain things I talked about, she listened to me, and so, but one time when I was walking to that cold weather shelter, before I got banned, wrongfully banned and stuff, well, like, I remember I was walking towards, and it was that Sunday when they terrorized and perped me, at that Olive Baptist Church here in Pensacola. So, I was feeling bad about, why I have so much hate. I just was wondering why I have lack of support. And other so-called targeted individuals can support each other and then huddle together and block me, So she's like, if I were you, I don't care if I have one subscriber, but she can glorify being one of the popular ones. She can glorify herself as one of the popular ones, And one time I didn't know that she had a video out, and she got mad and called me and cussed me from A to Z from not watching a video that I didn't even know she posted. So, like, people, narcissistic, control freak, fake friends always try to, being like, oh, I don't care about no thumbs down. Or I don't care if I lose all my subscribers. I don't care about this. I don't care about this. I don't care about people blocking me. And the moment I block them, they want to devour me and attack and confront me. So why you care about losing me as a friend if you say you didn't care about losing friends or losing this and that or having hate or whatever? But the moment I have a reason to, block you or do something, you want to get on my case. And I'm talking about your average narcissistic, control freak, fake friend, So I feel bad that if you yourself tell me, stop making videos, stop doing this, stop doing that, you're making yourself look like a fool. Or you asking for the get gang stalking, you're acting like the Tony White person said, you're asking to get killed, If I'm deserving and asking for to be hurt, for exposing, well, why aren't all of us asking to be killed or hurt? We on this kill list whether we expose them or not. It's just a matter of time on their ritual date. So that's why I said, well, if I'm on this terrorist watch list or on this kill list, I might as well air out and expose every fucking thing I can of what I know about and have experienced about this program. So, if you're a real targeted individual, it's silence is submission. People making like as if silence is submission and silence is consent to as if I'm not saying anything, then that means that I'm okay with what's going on with me. That I'm okay with what's happening to me in this program. But they'll also give me the side eye if I stay quiet and silent as well. Which do you want? You want me to talk, or you want me to be quiet? Because some people say that they appreciate me and I've had a few people tell me that I'm one of the realest and rawest, that I give out, that I serve out and dish out the raw truth, fresh and hot, and that, the fakes can't stand it. That's what people tell me, So I say things, as much as true to the best of my memory, you know, um, in this best way I can articulate it. Because I used to lie on people during my teenage years and back then, you know, but I got a certain age and said I wanted to stop, and there was no point in doing all that lying, stealing, and cheating. And I'm like, what's the point? And I always get caught anyway, so, but narcissistic abusers who think they got power and control over you. It seems like I feel like I know I gotta cut you off if you want to try to corner me into put in a position where I feel like I'm forced to lie to you in order to save myself from further damage from you. And I really don't like having to do that. I prefer to speak nothing but the truth as best as I know how, or the best way I can explain it. So another thing Monique did was she one time I was at the laundromat and I was talking to her on the phone one morning, and they had a man who walked up to me. It was a black man. I think I held the door for him or something, because even though I'm a female, I hold the door for people, male or female, And he was an older man, kind of elderly. And so, the donut shop was next to the donut shop was next to the laundromat. And so me and her were talking on the phone. And so she got mad and went off and screamed at me for accepting a donut from him. I saw him with and she acted like she was gonna assume that he was gonna give me a poison donut or something. So, well, he just bought the donut and went straight out immediately and gave it to me, and I saw him the whole time. He didn't do anything to the donut, even though I do understand you got to be careful and be watchful. But if I don't trust nobody, people call me paranoid. But then if I trust somebody, I get called naive and I deserve to be fucked over or taken advantage of some kind of way. Like, remember the decorated turtle cheesecake that the girl decorated for me, and she was nice to me on my other channel about a month or two ago. And she decorated, my cheesecake and sent a nice comment or whatever. And so some targeted people said I shouldn't have trusted that, and that, or that she was fake or whatever. I'm like, well, she was nice to me, But I've dealt with some of the fake nice perps in person and online as well, But this person seemed like she was genuinely nice. I can't think of her name at the moment, but she was generous enough that she was nice and decorated my cake, my little cheesecake or whatever. And if I have a good experience of seeing like certain so-called targeted people, they might be fake TI perps who just want to turn my positives into negative, So with Monique, when she would tell me numerous conversations, and I still don't remember exactly how the story goes, but she tried to talk like she was being reincarnated or something, and she would tell me the story, about her mom tried to abort her as a baby, and and that I don't, and that she had more like a supernatural experience in the womb or something like that, and like a supernatural spiritual experience, but I don't remember how the story went. But she said that's the reason behind why she calls herself uniquely made, But it sounded kind of like a new age reincarnation story. And Monique acts like she's confused and don't know whether she want to be Black Hebrew Israelites or Christian. But and then one time, and then she asked them like she wanted to do this like coerced like Bible studies with me, you know, and so well her be controlling everything while still being spiritually misguided. And so oh yeah, when she would tell me a lot of times about her mom, but when I bring up the rape by the Freemason or the other rapes, she would be like, "Yeah, I know, you told me, you know, you told me that already." But I didn't treat her like that when she would tell me numerous times about, the whatever new age reincarnation kind of weirdo story she had, in her in the womb of some or something like that. So it's like this was what I was gonna talk about, what was supposed to be in a part two of what Tony White did to me last night, you know, and as I said, with Wayne Daniels, you're not gonna be a real TI and then say that I need to be locked up in a mental institution. It doesn't work like that. And then you got 333 in your email, and people are questioning him about that. And so he said, I mean, I don't remember who it was that told me that Wayne Daniels said, well, it was a name that was suggested to me. No, like they'll give you like 3 or 5 suggestions of what to. They don't give you just that one suggestion. So that's another thing. Wait, you lying, Wayne. So and one thing, if people try to say stop talking about your targeting, sometimes if you mention something or something like that, um, you know, they'll you know, sometimes the perps will stop. Or if you put them on film, sometimes they'll stop, sometimes they won't. But at least you can show everybody what they're doing. You know, who the hell is brighting their lights on in this during the daytime and it's sunny? They must want me to be, they must be like, okay, Candy, it's time to shut up. You're speaking too much truth. So, okay. So, wow, that I kind of lost my train of thought. But as I said, other targeted individuals will get like, even if they have 10 subscribers, they'll somehow get like 75 likes and like 300 comments, and a lot of people supporting them and being like, well, what you say makes sense and stuff like that. But like earlier this year in July, when I was staying at the little hotel where I can cook at, the guy, he calls himself Targeted Joe. Like, how you call yourself targeted with no subscribers, and then you tell me Targeted Joe, you tell me that you know if you call yourself Targeted Joe, but then you tell me I'm paranoid, schizophrenic, and need to be locked up in a mental institution. You know, so that's one. I can't let my guard down and be open and nice and friendly like I would like to about the you know, in the so-called targeted community. And I don't even want to. I no longer want to be part of the TI community. As I said, there's a scarcity of whether real or fake targeted people on YouTube in general. As I said with the girl Andrea, with the one who was um telling me take down all the videos that make you look crazy, and me and you gonna do a business together. But now you going back to talking about your so-called trauma experiences or targeting experiences. Like, what happened? You see how people are looking for ways to try to silence me. And I'm like, why would Andrea be a popular? I mean, well, she ain't popular, I meant to say. Because they got some fake TI perps who have little to no subscribers, and they have some who have like thousands, you know. So that Tony guy didn't even tell me which video. He came on my channel yesterday and alerted me that, oh, and I, when he tried to say that, oh, I have a video, I want you to watch it, sis. He's made a couple of weird channels on weird comments on my other channel, and I had to block him. So this Tony guy, he's sitting there mocking and making fun of me and criticizing me and stuff. And he ain't really. I'm the only one who I don't give thumbs down, but I gave that video a thumbs down. If I don't like you, I just stay away from your channel. Period. You know, I don't go and obsessively give people thumbs down or thumbs up. But I thumbs up certain videos to bookmark it to because if I feel like it's a must watch or very important, you know, or something I wish that I can download a copy and keep for myself, for research purposes. But I hardly watch or much. I seldom watch or comment on people's YouTube videos much anymore because of being like blocked for no reason or stuff like that. So I feel like, well, if I've been just afraid to even comment on people's videos anymore. Excuse me, unless I know that you're one of my close TI friends. And guess who I'm down to 3 TI friends who I talk with personally on the phone now. 3. There was a point in time I had 5, but they turned out to be fake and I had to get rid of them. So, certain fake TI perps are seem like as if they want to try to they want me to let them in. Let them into my space so that they can control and abuse me more. And that fake TI perp that wanted me to go to near Jacksonville, who lied about the RV and stood me up. She calls herself Targeted Bree or Equestrian Bree. She's another fake TI perp. And she seemed like more brutal than Olga. And she lied and said that she's an empath. And she kept saying, I'm an empath because I'm an empath. She was very nice the first day. And as the days increased, she got meaner and more abusive. So, I got to be careful about these people who claim to be targeted. But they're secret Masons, secret witches, secret New Agers, secret Christ rejectors. And even some fake Christians who say that they're targeted and hate me as well. So I don't fit in with any community, not even a Christian church. Because Jesus himself, y'all think this is crazy, but Jesus himself would be kicked out of and have rocks thrown at him with these modern day fake church, sellout churches, who all these fake pastors want to talk about is they worship, they're narcissistic abusers who set themselves up and ordained themselves as this whatever preacher, and to exploit and scam and destroy their congregation. And they're the fucking reasons why people turn out all out Satanists nowadays, as a result of them. But I'm not going to turn to Satanism. I'm still going to stay, a Christian, because Jesus warned us about, these, Pharisees and, the fakes and phonies, So I have an understanding of that, that I would never again be an atheist or a Satanist. Well, I never was a Satanist, but I was in that fake IDMR cult growing up, which is New Age, Luciferian, Satanic, So I never was an all out devil worshiper wearing all black and doing rituals and stuff like that. I never did that. But I had my times when I was, decided that I was an atheist because of the fake IDMR cult. So, I would never turn back to the cult. I would never willfully turn back to the cult, and I would never willfully turn back to psychiatry and mental health. And I would never willfully turn back to being all out atheist and turn away from Jesus. Now that I know the truth. So it's like the closer I try to get to God, that's when I end up being attacked more, And I'm still weak in my sins and trying to get back up and slipped last night, So into a sin, So I'm, still striving, to better myself as a Christian. I mean, I backslid big time, but I'm trying to get back closer to God. And I know sin is not acceptable. And I need to be praying more. I've been back to reading the Bible more. And I need to pray more. And, I need to condition myself to feel comfortable with fasting again. Because that satanic lady, Lisa Ruby, she manipulated and traumatized me with the food. She tried to force me to starve myself and was manipulative and abusive with the food. So, thanks for listening to me going this far. And I have no reason to lie on anybody in this video. And so, I finally feel like a burden is lifted off after I, was able to express myself. But, at the same time, I know I have to deal with the stress of, backlash and persecution for what I said in this video, So I'm already hated in the so-called TI community anyway. Hated amongst foster and biological family, fake IDMR cult, everything. So I feel like, what's the point of being part of a religion where everybody huddles together and mob against you and hate you? So thanks for being supportive and listening all this long on any of my other 1, 2, and 3 hour videos. Thanks, for being, a dedicated, supporter. But I know some of you perps just want your entertainments and laughs and popcorn and everything. But there's a special spot in hell for y'all, So I'm going to go now. And I just don't understand how you're a narcissistic, control freak, fake friend who say you're targeting and you say you're Christian. You want me to stop doing videos, but then you still doing videos. You can expose your targeting, but you try to shut me down. I don't understand it. So thanks for letting my crazy ass vent. And I'll see y'all next video. I love y'all and bye.